What's up, you guys, and welcome to the recap episode of Is This Going to Cause an Argument? I am one of your hosts, Angel Lakita Moore, also known as That Chick Angel, and my co-host is having a true vacation today. We are in power down mode, so this episode is just going to be a recap of all our favorite moments of Is This Going to Cause an Argument 2020, and boy, has it been a year. But this episode is still sponsored by some great people that I look forward to telling you about. So you'll see me again, or you'll hear from me again in real time. And you'll even hear from our co-host, Amar, as you hear in the background. He was like, I ain't on vacation. But our two sponsors are Magic Spoon and PIPETTE. And I'll tell you more about them and how you can check out those brands. But without further ado, here's our recap of the best of 2020 of Is This Going to Cause an Argument podcast.
You see people all the time. It's like, oh my God, that person is beautiful. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It's like, she ain't got no ass. It don't matter. Did you see how pretty shit chick is? Like, it don't matter how much ass she's lacking.
Okay.
You know,
okay. So face is not the first thing to you. Is face if the face hits you first?
I will say this. I will say this. How can I say this nicely, or do I need to?
Say what you're gonna say, brother.
I'll say it nice. I'll say it very neutral. You can't be somebody to me that would be very unattractive in the face, and I would still find you attractive just because you got a nice body
or a nice personality.
Personality takes time.
So are you saying
I'm banging like that? All men are banging. All people are banging.
Are you saying every chick that you done hollered at, did something with, is cute in the face?
Hell no. That's not what I'm saying. However, no. However, like I was saying before, like I said before you started that question, personality takes time to build up.
So any of the chicks that were ugly had a good personality?
I ain't gonna say ugly.
Any of the chicks that were not attractive to you had a good personality? I don't think that's the truth.
Hold up. Listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
Let me listen.
I'm listening.
A good personality would change the way you look at someone, physically or otherwise. So, with that said, there have been chicks that I've talked to that had wonderful personalities that I've known for a long time. It's like, you know what?
I'm going to give this a word.
You know, the same way chicks look at dudes with money. That stack of cash will change the way he look.
But it'll take a while. That starts off that's an immediate thing.
Dude pull up in a Jaguar, all of a sudden oh my God, look, girl, he's missing half of his face. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Just because he got a pearl white Jag that don't come out for 3 years.
Half of his face? Are you serious? Jesus.
And the half that you saw didn't even exist. So what are you looking at? You looking at the car.
So is all these standards, are they the same for you now as a soon-to-be 38-year-old? Is it?
I couldn't tell you that. I got one woman.
Come on.
That I'm ever going to mention. Honestly, I wouldn't know. Like, for real.
You be out here with some busted ugly girls. So I can be like, that's what happens when you mess up bitch.
No, I ain't gonna be out with no busted ugly girls. I can tell you that now.
I don't know. I don't know about it.
I ain't.
Okay, well, we'll jump to me and then we'll talk about like,
because we've already talked about it. If that was the case, I would just go for whatever Angel despised.
Whatever I would want him with.
Arm, yeah. Come on here.
So she can get fought. So she can get punched. And you can,
absolutely. It could be the smallest thing. It could be a sorority she don't like. That's the site I would go to.
Why would you allow her to get stomped like that for no reason for your entertainment?
She ain't gonna get stomped.
Yes,
you are not gonna touch her.
Let me tell you,
it's always gonna be. We're gonna be in the truck.
After the tribute,
I'm gonna pull up, be like, "Hold your credentials, babe. All right, I'll let you."
After the tribute I just gave you, you should realize any other chick would get stomped.
Let me tell y'all something that happened. Angel thought it was like romantic, but I was dead serious. She was at he's a celebrity friend, but he's still an acquaintance of Angel and a few of her friends. And I hit up Angel one night. Apparently, they don't have a very good reception at this house. So I was like, where was you at? Because I mean, it was a busy weekend or something. Like, I don't remember exactly what's going on. But Angel was telling me where she was. I'm like, okay, all right. So who all was there? And she was just naming off people. I'm like, okay. I was like, I'm going to tell you what. I said, if I had any, because she was like, why, you think I'm messing around? I said, no. I said, if I had any inclination that you was messing around, I said, I would go to that house. I would douse the entire outside of the house with gasoline, and I would change the doors closed. And I would set it on fire. While it's burning, I'm going to sit out front with every single gun that I own and shoot anybody trying to run up out of that house.
Oh, wait a minute. When did this happen?
This was years ago. This was before the twins. Yeah.
Oh.
And she was like, oh my God, that's so romantic. I was like,
it is.
I'm dead serious. Even you. I said, you're the one I'm looking for, but everybody else is getting one.
Ain't that sweet?
In their torso. That is not.
He would sacrifice everyone's life just to kill me. That is like. So
like, and I was there. I said, I would calmly just back up, pop open the trunk, and lay everything out with extra bags.
What woman doesn't want to hear that?
I would just sit and wait. Just like, pop, 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 pop. Nah, that wasn't her either.
Oh, what?
Nah, there she is.
His man
you getting it in the ankles though, because you gonna know what happened. I'm gonna explain everything to you.
It's so funny.
She's stupid. I know. What was no. All jokes aside, what's so crazy about this is we're both dead serious right now. She is romantic.
Like, what woman doesn't want to hear that her man will become a mass murderer? I would literally
perform mass murder, like genocide on a small group of people.
Because he loves me that much and he doesn't want to ever see me.
It's not that I love it that much. I'm just
someone else.
That's crazy.
Death to do us part. That's someone who takes his vow seriously. And I appreciate it. Kudos to you, boo.
You silly.
Cheers.
I ain't cheers into that. Go on, get that away from mine. Okay. I got another one.
Tell me.
Bryan Station High School.
That's
Jeffrey Gilmore. He was the principal, who is a jerk. And I hope this gets back to him, because I still believe he's a jerk to this day. I hope he's having a bad time in life. Let me tell you about this fool. Now, like I said, we used to cut up every now and then. Nothing big, nothing crazy. High school, I almost got into like 2 fights. Almost. It wasn't never no throwdown. Wasn't like disrespecting teachers or nothing. At the most part, just, clowning around. Marcus, chill out. All right, you got it. They may have to tell me that every day or every other day, whatever it may be. It's never like anything disrespectful or anything. So by the time I get to senior year, Jeffrey Punk Gilmore, I can't stand that man. We had it was a basketball tournament. So in the school how you would have tournaments, and it would be like 4 different schools that came to one school like within a couple hours of the game.
Yeah.
So it was our school. I don't know who we were playing against, but we were sitting beside them on the bleachers, because it was like the other team was playing next, so they was on the other side. So it was like the opposing schools basically were sitting beside each other on the bleachers. So middle of the game, we sat beside each other. So we start like mouthing back and forth to each other. Everybody's just playing. Nobody's serious. So we're at our school. So of course I got like a t-shirt, school t-shirt, and I'm like, go over and sit in the middle of their crowd, and I'm talking, we just having fun or whatever. Get up and leave, go back to my side. So after the tournaments and everything over with, he catches me leaving the gym or whatever. Like, our game's over with, so I'm leaving. He steps outside. He's like, you get over here. I'm like, what? I look at him. I keep walking, like, whatever. He's like, I need you to see me in my office on Monday or whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I get to school, whatever. I tell mom and dad about it. They're like, oh, his fool again. Because he has, like, done multiple times, like, called the house and...
Called the house?
No, he hadn't called, I think. Yeah, he had called my parents a couple times. And they were just like, all right, this dude has apparently got an issue. So anyway, Monday, he was like, I don't know what, you could have started a riot. You were trying to incite a riot. One of those boys could have... He said one of those boys could have busted you in your mouth, trying to rile me up, trying to get me to say something like, I wish somebody would. I was just like, look, it was all fun and games. You wasn't even over there. He's like, I know what I saw, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to call your parents, whatever. I was like, all right, whatever. So mama or dad, I know it was either mama or Pete my older brother or Daddy and Pete, they show up.
Pete showed up.
And they were, my whole family was done with this dude at this point. Because they were just like, he mentioned something about like my truck that I drive, which it was my mama's truck. He was like, yeah, he drives up here and this, basically he was, I don't know if it was jealousy. I don't know what this dude's problem was.
What, do you think you were a drug dealer?
I don't probably. But here's the thing.
You were like, I was selling at the time.
No. But we were, this is the type of stuff he would do. We were in the cafeteria one day. Again, Larry, my boy Larry was with me. It was a bunch of us. And we over there, we all used to sit together in the cafeteria. So he comes over to our table. He was like, everyone, you all lend me your eyes. What did we do? We all go like this and
y'all are such jerks.
So he goes and he's like literally pushing us in the chest with his finger. You, and you come to my office. Yeah, like this dude was so ridiculous. That's why I hope he's having a bad time in life. I remember I was graduating. During graduation, that they tried the year before, the seniors before us, which was Shonda Brown White's class. They messed it up for us because they did a bunch of dancing and celebrating crossing the stage. Oh. So of course,
you know what type of school he went to.
We went to Bryan goddamn Station. So come our year, they laid the hammer down. They was like, if anybody does this, we're not gonna give you your papers. We're not gonna do this. We can still. Penalize you after graduation, all this. And I remember at the end of his little speech, he said something like, I'm not a bad guy, but I can make bad things happen.
What?
Jeffrey Gilmore said this. I hope school boys listening and y'all do something about it. That's what he said. You can contact anybody in that class and they'll tell you. Anyway, so they made all these threats or whatever. So I remember graduating, I crossed the stage. You get your diploma, whatever, you turn your tab. Oh, no, you don't turn your tab, so yeah, you do it in the seat. Cross stage, well, coming down the ramp, he was standing at the end of the ramp, like shaking everybody's hand. And I remember looking at my dad, my daddy was like, don't shake his hand, like mouthing to me. So I put my hand out, he goes put his hand out, and I just keep walking.
Oh, and you even did,
I did it. The hell with that man. He was a jerk. Oh, he was just such a jerk in high school.
Oh my God.
He was like, yeah, this is grounds for suspension and getting expelled. You could have started a riot. I'm like, you talking about kids at a goddamn basketball game. Like, what are you talking? Yeah, he was ridiculous. Jeffrey Gilmore, again, jerk. Shouldn't be around children at all.
What theme parks have you been to? Kings Island.
Kings Island. Oh, that's top of my list. I'll put that up against anything because I grew up at Kings Island. That's where we always went. Of course, Six Flags, Magic Mountain out here.
Yes, Disneyland. I've been to. Yeah, I've been Disney World.
I've been to Disney World and Disneyland.
I've been to King's Dominion, which is on the East Coast.
Yeah, I've been there. I don't remember. I was too young.
I've been to Hershey Park.
I've been to
Holiday World. Have you been to Holiday World?
Is that in Georgetown, Kentucky? Where's
you never been there? It's in Santa Claus, Indiana.
No.
A lot of people. I can't believe you've never been to Holiday World.
I ain't never heard of Holiday World.
Yeah, most people haven't.
I never. You know what? I always compared it to Kings Island, which I shouldn't. But people always bring up Kentucky Kingdom, and
yeah, they're nothing alike.
Yeah, they're nothing alike. I'm like,
one is way smaller.
Yeah, it's extremely small. It's like
you remember we got shut down because they cut off that girl's legs.
Yeah, on the Screaming Demon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Little girl lost the legs. Ain't that some stuff?
That sound like some stuff. It sound like a fair ride that was built, don't it? I've been to another. It was another one I went to in Florida. I can't remember what it's called though. It was dope. It was really nice. I liked that one.
I used to love amusement parks. The
last time we went, I was ready to go. The first hour and a half we was there. The last time we went to a theme park and I actually got on roller coasters. Yeah. I was like, Six Flags, they got these new rides now. You know how you sit in the seat and it straps in over your shoulders or goes over your lap? Well, now they got these things that come across your chest and the G-force used to press you down into the seat or to the side and side. These press you out away. Like the G-force, like you're facing away from the tracks. So it's like throwing you away from the ride itself. So you only relying on that bar to hold you in. I did not like it. And that was like 3 different new rides that I'm like, is this the new thing? Do these crackhead kids need that much of a thrill to make it feel like that you about to come out of this damn ride? Like I was like ready to go. I said, this is ridiculous.
Crackhead kids?
Because that's what happens when you start, when now the new culture is popping mollies and all that crap. You need more of a thrill. You can't just get the thrill of going in a loop on a big metal ride that's, going 60 miles an hour around turns. No, we're going to put you on the outside of the damn thing and let it do loops and make it feel like you're getting slammed toward the ground.
You don't sound like somebody's daddy.
That's ridiculous. Like, I was like, I'm used to Kings Island, Vortex, the Beast.
Come on, Vortex and the Beast.
Hey.
The Beast and that crickety mess.
I love the Beast. I don't know if y'all been there, but the Beast is the largest wooden roller coaster in the world.
At least that's what it was when we were there.
Still is.
Is it?
Yeah, it still is. The largest and fastest wooden roller coaster in the country or the world. Anyway, it's massive and it's fast and it lets you know that it's old because it will bang you around. But I'm telling you, that thing picks up.
It is abusive.
And what I love about it is the ride is so long.
It is.
It's like you on that thing forever, and the line might be 4 hours, but you're gonna love.
You're gonna feel like you on it for 4 hours.
Yeah.
It is a very long ride. I like the Beastie too, the smaller version.
Yeah,
of it.
Beastie. I mean, we went on that, and Pete somehow slipped out of his
What?
thing. On purpose. He wanted to ride. See, he's one of them crackhead fools. He wanted to ride it without the thing because it was so much smaller. It ain't like that much of a, I don't even know if they still have the Beastie.
I think so.
Do they?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like, and then they came out with Son of Beast, which was supposed to be bigger.
Yeah.
And badder than the Beast, but it was lame.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. And now to our sponsor for today's podcast, Magic Spoon. Now, y'all know in this house, we love some cereal, okay? That is, when I especially am not in the mood to be cooking no bacon and eggs, y'all hear Mar. He's just going to keep, he's like, I belong in this episode too. Anyways, Magic Spoon is a cereal that we love. We love cereal in this household, especially when I don't want to cook. But what's great about Magic Spoon is that it's something that I can indulge in and not feel guilty about having, okay? Because there's 0 sugar, 11 grams of protein, and only 3 net carbs in each serving. So now, because you all have asked, customers have requested, you can build your own custom variety box. So you can get the flavors that you like the most. You can choose from their best-selling cocoa, fruity, frosted, blueberry, and now they have the brand new flavors, peanut butter and cinnamon. And I'm gonna tell you now, I thought cocoa would be my favorite, but then Frosted came in there and was like, Miss, I don't think you know me, okay? My husband's favorite is the blueberry. I'm telling you, it's a great snack, and as an adult, you don't feel bad. You don't feel like, why am I acting like a kid having cereal? This is good for you cereal without you feeling like you're eating tree bark. Because y'all know there's some cereals out there that are supposed to be good for you, but they taste terrible. This tastes great. I'm telling you right now. It's also keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, and GMO-free. Okay, listen. They're trying to do... It's so good, it's magical. That's why it's called Magic Spoon. Okay, so go to magicspoon.com/argue. Go to magicspoon.com/argue to build your own custom variety box and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code ARGUE at checkout to get free shipping. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. That's magicspoon.com/argue and use the code ARGUE for free shipping. We thank Magic Spoon for sponsoring this podcast. Stuck on an island alone or with someone who talks incessantly?
I'd rather be with somebody who talks too damn much.
Than by yourself?
Yeah. Because I could threaten them until they stop talking.
No, that's not what they said. They didn't say.
Also, they can't stop talking?
They just talk.
I could, if it gets that bad, I could just kill them, but...
So
I don't want.
Your
I definitely
answer is alone?
Nah, I'd rather be somebody that talks too much.
I think I would choose alone. Oh, hope you choke. I think alone. I mean, being with you would be like being alone.
I'm with the talker now, and I seem to be doing okay.
You a talker too. Don't get it twisted.
Just talk. Now I think alone. I mean, think about Wilson. Wilson was just a ball with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Lose your mind. As much as an introvert as I am, I think I still like to be stuck somewhere. I still would need somebody.
I think because I'm such an extrovert, I would automatically create characters on that island.
Yeah, sure. It would just be a whole community of different sized coconut statues.
Hey, Mr. Tree, how you doing?
She got all these scarecrows around. She done created.
I was like, he just got divorced. It's such a shame.
She got a market just full of people.
Yeah, come quickly, and they would all have voices.
That only you wouldn't even leave when somebody came to rescue you. My family, my children.
I'll be like, Sarah, it's gonna be okay. They're like, who are you talking to? That leaf over there that's blowing away into the ocean. Okay. Would you rather be too hot or too cold?
Too hot.
No, I'd rather be too cold.
I've been like in really hot environments, and I'm like, if you sit still and focus, you will cool
Still
off.
be hot.
No, you will cool off. It's all mental.
Listen, we were in Palm Springs.
Palm Springs is a different kind of heat. That ain't what they talking about. That's not what they talking about.
We went to Palm Springs for our anniversary. He surprised me. It was our first anniversary trip. That was a surprise anniversary trip. And it was 104 degrees at night.
We got there
at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we got there about 10:45, 11 o'clock. I didn't even pay attention. I just happened to, we opened the door to get out, and I was like, I thought it was the heat. It's like my fan went out on my car or something, like coming from up under the car, and I looked. What you mean 107?
No, I paid attention because I thought it was saying the time. I was like, it's 104. Did it not take us that long?
Didn't set that clock marker. Why you got all these clocks in here anyway?
And it was 100, and I just said no. We tried to do the nasty in the car and about killed ourselves.
We still did it though. We still did it. We just had to turn the car on, let the AC running in front of the restaurant. It wasn't even the it wasn't nobody going in the restaurant. It was like crowded, but my windows was slightly tinted, so we figured we could get away with it. Angel hit on a white dress.
We first tried to turn the car off, and it got hot.
Yeah, instantly.
I was like, oh God.
That's when I had to add it. Let me press all these buttons, turn this AC on blast. AC max. Back then. Hold on, let me pull into this spot.
Oh my God. It was like, sweat just started. I was like, oh, we can't do this.
Angel didn't have nothing on anyway. That dress was it wasn't even a dress. It was like a t-shirt that she had wrapped around. I was loving it.
Oh my goodness. So I've been trying to make the best of this time, but also trying to figure out like, okay, the step that you trying to get to, where I'm like, it's your step to you are the step that you're trying to get to of the what, where I think, no, yours is just practicing executing. Mm-hmm. I feel like I am now at the place of the what. Like I've proven execution will happen. But what is now the thing I should be focused on? I now remember what I was going to say. I was like, dear God, come on, give it back to me because I'm about to start rambling. This is the thing. So y'all know the saying, the scripture, faith without works is dead. And I said this on the podcast that I do with Brescia, Hold On To Your Edges. We recently had Kelly Rowland on. And the part that I have had down pat for several years is the work. Because this faith without work is dead. Mm-hmm. The work I had very strong. The Lord never had to worry about whether Angel was going to put in the work. It was the faith part that I thought I was strong in, and I realized I was lying. I was definitely, while I believe the Lord to be a healer, I believe for him to provide, I don't think I believed in him fully when it came to my success. Like I knew he wasn't going to let my kids, not go eating. I knew at the end of the day that we would always have a roof over our head, but I don't think I had the faith to believe that the fruits of my labor was going to actually turn into something successful. I always thought it would just be enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm over here trying to live in this the Israelite blessing, right? For those of you all who are Christians that are listening, we think about the Israelites in the wilderness and them going to get manna, fresh and new every day, and he would give them just enough, right? He would give them just enough every day. They could only get just enough every day. But I'm forgetting that the Lord is now giving us those overflowing blessings. He said, I will give you so much that your cup will overflow, right?
Right.
I'm over here still on that, you just give me just enough. Just give me just enough, Lord. And I'm like, no, Why can't I have the faith that my cup will overflow? Like, what is this? Yeah, why can't I see, as somebody said, the abundance? That part, I just realized, was it last week or the week before last, that I did not have the faith prior to COVID that was possible.
Yeah.
Willing to do the work. I ain't the one to ever be lazy.
Yeah, that was I didn't know. That's interesting because I'm just now hearing this for the first time. I thought that was the revelation that we hit when she gave you that prophecy. It's like, this is what you need to do. I thought you would have gotten the revelation that I need to have the faith that I could put something like this into works and it will come to pass.
It's not just I don't know if it's a come to pass. Come to pass is not the issue. It is the success of it.
Well, that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean by come to pass, meaning you can, Angel's got 3 ideas for great movies right now, like under her belt. Mm-hmm. And I think all 3 of those could be very successful. I definitely think it could be, even if it's one of those selling the idea, it's how they come from a perspective that nobody ever thought to do. Mm-hmm. They're interesting. Nothing's ever been done like it. And it's just like, I think like you said, I thought you had the faith thing figured out then.
No.
Because that's one of those things where it's like, one of them, and actually I don't know if that would be a fourth one or not, the whole lighting of the stove thing. Mm-hmm. No, that's just an example. Mm-hmm. The whole lighting of the stove thing is an example of, you spit this out the top of your head without even thinking it through. Mm-hmm. Not let me sit down and think this through and write this out. No, it was just like, all right, y'all, so we got this woman, and it's right there. It's like, and then people, your friends, mm-hmm. your family, and people that don't even know you, and be like, Angel, you can do this.
So here's the thing. This is what I mean by where I was lying to myself. Somebody just put it, Tiffany just put it in the Patreon chat, that like a part of our journey is increasing our faith. Mm-hmm. People look at me and they see a woman of faith because I moved out here to California. I am a part of a career where the success rate is minuscule. Very few people actually come to California, become actual working actors to the point that they're not having to do other jobs. So when even me, I look at myself and I'm like, yeah, I'm a woman of faith. I believe in the Lord Jesus.
They don't see the faith when they see you. They see the skill. They see the talent.
There are people who are just like,
but your friends that say...
No, let me finish my statement. Okay. Let me say. There are people who are like, I want to be an actress. How did you move out there? So I'm lying to myself like, I got that faith. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I will put a goal for the amount of success I think something can have, and I'll put it as something I know I can hit. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, this will be funny. That'll be great. Not knowing that, no, that is me falling into the comfort zone. Like, oh yeah, I'll do a web series. People are watching and think it's funny. But is that what the Lord is saying it's going to be? Or am I not allowing him to show me, no, I can make this thing huge. Mm-hmm. But you're over here speaking the level of success that you feel comfortable with. You know
you can achieve.
Right. Yes. So then I don't have to feel let down if it doesn't do that. If I'm like, oh yeah, I bet I could get about 5,000 views on this if I make that. And the Lord is like, that's what you want to speak over this project, mm-hmm. Go right ahead. Go ahead and stunt the growth of this. Ain't nobody tell you that was. So that's what I mean by, I thought that I was a woman of faith, and I did. I had the appropriate faith to get myself out here. But now I'm realizing that the faith that I thought I had, I didn't really have.
You don't have that. You can do that without faith. You can do that because you know you can achieve
there
it. It
you
takes
go.
no faith. It takes no faith to walk in shallow water.
Boom. Yeah. Like that analogy.
It's like, I ain't gonna die. I bet I won't drown right here. That's faith right there. Yeah, you can't drown right there.
That was me in a kiddie pool talking about, look at me. Look at me. You see me and can't no sharks get me? Of course they can't. I'm in a
God
kiddie pool.
God gonna protect me from these sharks. Yeah, because you not walking out the goddamn kiddie pool.
Right. So that's where I had to realize, I'm putting in the work, but I have really been slacking on my faith.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's time to give some love to one of the sponsors of today's episode, and that is PIPETTE. PIPETTE is a clean baby brand and mom care brand with the mission to give every family the best start. Any parent that wants the best for their children, and that's including using the safest products on their delicate skin. PIPETTE has quickly become a customer favorite for its ultra gentle lotions, oils, and washes. And right now you can score 30% off its entire collection of personal care items. PIPETTE sets the standard of clean and best performing products. While the FDA bans only 12 potential harmful ingredients in skincare, PIPETTE brand bans more than 2,000, ensuring its products are safe, effective, and use only non-toxic ingredients available. Now, I can tell you right now that PIPETTE is what I've been using on Amar here lately, and I love it. It's unscented. You can tell it's very lightweight. The baby wash is really nice. So is the baby oil. I use the baby oil on his skin as well in his hair, and the lotion is really nice. This is definitely a brand that if you really are like, I want to give my baby the most the safest and the least harmful products on their skin, this is the product for you. Also, PIPETTE released a hand sanitizer, and PIPETTE's $5 hand sanitizer is infused with soothing skincare ingredients. I can't pronounce the names. I know glycerin is one, and squalane is the other, I think. Plus germ dominating 65% ethyl alcohol. It's fragrance free, which, whoo, I'm telling you, these hand sanitizers, Jesus, hey, Deborah, these hand sanitizers be so potent and pungent, you just like, But theirs is fragrance free and uses similar ingredients to its other products. Its antimicrobial sanitizer contains 65% ethyl alcohol, which exceeds the CDC recommendations of 60% alcohol in hand sanitizers for effectiveness. Eliminates 99.9% of all harmful germs and bacteria. Skin stays protected and soft. It's non-sticky, lightweight gel, fast absorbing, no rinsing required, and safe and healthy for the whole family. So visit pipette.com and get 30% off with the promo code ARGUE. Again, visit PIPETTEbaby.com and use the promo code ARGUE for 30% off. So yeah, give PIPETTE a try. Thank you, PIPETTE, for sponsoring our podcast.
I had I don't know which one I had. He talked. It wasn't the Teddy Ruxpin.
What was it?
I don't know what it was. My sister, was it Jill? The life-size little girl that used to walk and talk? It was a goddamn cyborg.
They got your sister.
She was like the same height as me.
Oh my god!
And she with them little creepy eyes and her eyelids, she would blink and walk and talk. And at the side, they got me something. It was a teddy bear. My cousin, she got the Teddy Ruxpin, and I don't know what I ended up with, but I was always into remote control stuff. I would get remote control car. I got a hovercraft one time. Still got it.
You had a hovercraft?
Still got it.
Yeah, but spoiled. They were rich and spoiled.
But like I said, that was Christmas.
Back to the Future.
That was Christmas.
So?
No, you thinking of a hoverboard.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
They ain't heard no. What are you talking about, girl? They
That's what I was like. They rich. They is rich. They got hover.
1989. You talking about 2020? We didn't have that. Like, she thought we had a hoverboard. Really?
Listen, that's what I thought. So
Marty McFly over there just hovering up and down the street.
I was like, see, this rich boy over here with the pretty eyes. That's how he got him. Coming to school with your hoverboard, pulling up on chicks.
They still ain't. Girl, we 30 years from the first hovercraft. What are you, a hoverboard? What are you talking about? At least.
I wanted the whole Barbie doll Malibu mansion house.
No, you want that.
With the truck, the van that they barely fit into. You gotta basically break their legs to get in there. I wanted that whole getup.
We had the Superman, not Superman, what's his name? He-Man. And we had the Skeletor castle. But that was between me, my sister, and brother. Like, we all shared that bad boy.
Listen, then Eddie, that's one of my dads. He made me a dollhouse.
I had a starter jacket. I got the starter jacket, but
you had a whole starter jacket.
Had a whole starter jacket.
Oh, that was not happening. But Burlington didn't have starter jackets.
Burlington wasn't around. What are you talking about?
Burlington Coat Factory.
How long Burlington been around?
For forever.
I don't remember Burlington back then.
Because your parents was paying full price.
Your
parents were paying full price. Unlike mine.
I got a Buffalo Bill starter jacket. My sister got a Philadelphia Eagle. Granted, my dad did. My mom didn't know nothing about no goddamn football. What?
I'm listening to you.
I'm done. Why you all? Turn around toward the camera. Why she?
No, let me tell you. Oh man, you made me forget what I was saying because you over here being all paranoid.
Anybody paranoid? Why you being weird?
Oh, that's what it is. My mother used to put our stuff on layaway.
Oh yeah, you got to
and
tell
it would lay away until they put it back. Cause a lot of times we would not get our stuff off of layaway. It would just kind of be like, it's like going to open houses for clothes. We would go and pick out the clothes we wanted for school, put it on layaway, and layaway would just go away. I can think of at least one time that we got stuff off of layaway, but there were a couple of times I'd be like, is it back on the floor though? Did y'all put it back on the floor? This stuff would be gone.
Let me tell you, I see everybody in the comments like, oh, the tanks was bougie. Y'all bought starter jackets. That wasn't nothing special because literally when they came out, everybody had a goddamn starter jacket. Like that Christmas after we went back to school. I didn't. Hush up. When we went back to school, I'm talking about everybody walked up in there with a starter jacket on. My cousins that I know didn't have no money, they had starter jackets. Everybody had a starter jacket. I don't know if all the parents got together like, yeah, let's go out and get these jackets.
They didn't get with my mother.
But I had that bad boy about 6 years.
I ain't never had nothing that said starter.
I still got that starter jacket.
A starter jacket?
Yeah, got a starter jacket.
That's if that ain't the highest quality. But
all year round, I didn't ask for anything except for Christmas and birthday.
Listen, I think you're thinking that the things I'm talking about aren't Christmas or aren't regular.
Well, I didn't get dreams supported, so shut up.
You didn't know what your dreams were. You didn't know. Yeah, no, there was.
Red, Nana P, no, everybody had a starter jacket.
I didn't.
You didn't ask for one. What team was you gonna get? You have no idea because you wasn't into it. Then you should have asked for it.
For what? For why?
It's too hot in here.
Why would I ask for something that I know was gonna get a no? Why? It took me forever to have name brand shoes. I still recall.
I still didn't have them.
I still recall to this day. Were you wearing Payless shoes in high school?
Nah, high school I was buying my own goddamn shoes.
I still recall.
No, high school I was wearing Skechers.
That's name brand. Skechers is name brand.
Yeah, but they is cheap.
I still recall my mother
dress code
taking me to Foot Locker and me picking out these red. They were red and they faded into black Nikes, and I was like, I want to get those. And they were, I want to say they were between 75 and 100, so it was a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Mom got me these shoes. I got compliments all week on those tennis shoes. And people usually knew not to look down at my feet because they knew it was going to be something tragic. It's like, that's where I think I get, you know, how I be wearing, I wear more times like slides or dress shoes more than tennis shoes until now. That I feel like started back then because people don't be looking for like, at least not back when I was growing up. They weren't looking for you to have on name brand slides. They weren't looking for you to have on name brand.
So you just got accustomed to wearing those?
Yeah, I just got accustomed to wearing those because tennis shoes is where, especially black kids, all knew, like, if those... I remember my girlfriend, my best friend from 2nd grade, her mom was stationed overseas, and she sent us some felines because they were cheap as heck overseas. They didn't look like the felines here in the United States. People clowned me. And I was like, these are felines. No, the heck they ain't. Those ain't no goddamn felines. I was like, yes, they're
had a
from.
pair of felines.
They're from Japan. I think they were like Japan. See, somebody lied to you.
I would get name brand shoes, but they were not expensive. Like my Nikes would be like $35.
How were they getting them? How were they getting them so cheap?
Carnival, girl, shoe carnival.
Nah, you right. That shoe carnival
shoe
do
carnival.
it.
Yeah, I wear me some British Knights, LA Gear, K Swiss, Reeboks, Nikes. Yeah, you get them in shoe carnival, $35, $40. They ain't gonna be knockoff, but they ain't gonna be nobody's Air Max. Yeah, that's the thing. I knew not, like, I would look at the price before I asked for some shoes. It was like, oh, $60. My mom ain't about to buy them.
And what's crazy is my mother would have like spurts of times where she would all of a sudden be like, let's get something really nice. So like I remember I got my first weave. Was I in college? It's before people really knew how to lay weaves in Kentucky. And I know that was a pretty penny. So random times she would just all of a sudden be like, let's do something nice. Like for the church anniversary, I had on this dress. It was probably way too sexy for a church anniversary. So I'd have times like that. But those were most of the times. And I know everybody at our church thought we were just packing. Because my mother did make a lot of money. But it's still, our lifestyle was not that of one where you could feel the money other than in our housing. So everybody thought, oh, yeah, Angel's gonna get this, Angel's gonna get that. And then I come up in there with the most off-brand name of shoes.
Yeah, I didn't start getting more expensive stuff until high school, and I was working. And my mom, like, she would help me get stuff. I remember we were kids. My dad took me, my sister, and my cousin Maya. Maya might be on here. What's up? He took us to the mall to get some shoes. I think it's my only time I ever seen Daddy in the mall.
Oh, he don't go to the mall.
Yeah, nah. He said, y'all got 13 minutes.
What?
Find what you gonna get, and we getting up out of here.
13 minutes?
13 minutes.
Why such
I remember
a little
that to
time?
this day. 'Cause he's like, I ain't trying to be here. I ain't gonna spend a whole bunch of money. Y'all get 13 minutes. So we walked out, and I don't remember what kind of shoes I bought. I remember they were Nikes, but that box was so busted. It's like, hey, somebody had bought some shoes and returned them and kicked the shoes on the way into the mall. And that's the box they gave me. I'm sitting there in the front seat of his truck with this box just holding it. Thank you, Daddy. All right. I'm thinking Nikes probably look like some New Balance. I'm pretty sure they did. I see she coming up was Red Lobster.
Absolutely.
Like, it was I see she coming up.
I told Red Lobster was 4-star dining. I don't know when it became like trash.
I took a prom date to Red Lobster. And I went, and my parents was already there eating. I'm dead serious. They said, hey, my parents and my cousins that are their age, they was all already there. Hey, what y'all eating? Walked up in there in our tuxes and gowns and boutonnieres and corsage and everything.
To Red Lobster?
Yeah.
Was that her request, or you were like, I'm gonna take you?
It wasn't like a date. It was like my friend's sister, so it wasn't.
Well,
like,
I thought you said it was a prom date.
It was a prom date. Like, she asked me to take. I was like, yeah, we can go. So it wasn't like a serious like, let me wine it down. It was like, what you want to eat?
But like, Red Lobster.
Red goddamn lobster.
That tops the soul food restaurant
Bread
that I was in by myself.
Nah, you was by yourself.
I mean, I was there with my dad.
Stop.
Sorry for the yell if you're listening. Our kids are beating on doors.
They was our mom and daddy was in there
in their regular clothes.
Yeah. They was in there. My daddy's I don't know where old men be getting them Nikes from.
David's bridal finest.
Tanksley Pride.
Okay, so we're jumping into a segment that we like to call Tanksley Pride. Tanksley Pride are our 4 sons, and
brown girl.
And we love to be able to tell you all a little bit of insight on what's going on in their lives in this podcast. So I'll start off. I cannot believe that I am now the mother of a pre-teen.
Yeah.
Our oldest son, Marcus, on this past Saturday, turned 11 years old. And it's crazy, like, little Marcus coming into our life was the start of so many different things for me. It was the start of my career as a mommy influencer. It was the start of my career as a comedian. So, like, he's like my milestone baby. So like when I see him getting older, it makes me reflect on a lot of things, not just him, but like our life as it's changed. And just to think that this little baby that I used to call a glowworm is more than likely not in my reality, but in everybody else's reality, is probably going to be taller than me by next year. Hurts my heart.
Yes.
And like I was just telling my husband, we have to, here's the story. I'm going to give y'all, you already know. Here's the story. You know, my husband, he sometimes, it's very rare, I feel like, but he sometimes gets a little frisky, okay? And he was,
Oh, you think it's rare?
I like to say, choose a place, yes.
Because we ain't got options.
I know, but okay, it's a little rare. He'll sometimes get a little frisky and be like, either option A or option B as far as a location where he's trying to make things happen. And y'all should know what I mean when I say happen. So I was like, I know where I want it to happen, right?
She said place and position.
Yes, I did. I told him exactly what I wanted to happen, right? So he was like, bet. Now, we're all fully aware that we have limited time, especially when we have a 1-year-old. He was asleep though, so we were really like, this is the time to get it in, right? So everything's going great. We have locked the door of where we're at. However, to unlock it is actually on the other side of the door. Like, we have to unlock it with a key, but the kids would have to just unlock it with the locks. So we're almost.
Y'all. Basically, we were outside the house.
Yes.
Sum all that up.
We're almost done, and we hear.
Let me tell you something. To unlock the door that we're referring to, there's a top lock, a deadbolt, and a bottom lock on the thing, which takes and then open. When I tell you it was one solid motion, and the door opened.
So
yeah,
I am. Luckily, I'm very fast and I have cat-like reflexes. Okay, so I've moved and hid myself. I don't know how.
I'm like, shut up.
I didn't know what. I didn't know if our son was looking for me, because he's always looking for me. He's like, "Where's mommy?" And I was like, "Ah!" But he started talking. I don't know. Did you look?
Check this. Check that. Yeah. Check out front. The door's locked. You can just leave.
So now mind you, where we're at, it's completely dark.
Yeah, it made no sense.
Are off. So I'm hidden.
He literally walked into a dark room asking me where's mommy at.
So then I'm like, he said, let's go look for her. So he has to, I don't even know how he gets himself robed back up as quickly as you did.
I don't even remember, for all I know. I was mad more than anything.
So
Worrisome ass kid.
he
probably around there listening.
Right.
Sneaky ass.
He had to walk back into the house with him. And I'm
Most fathers would have been shamed. I wouldn't.
So I'm just like standing there waiting to figure out what I'm supposed to do. And so he comes back in. He said, what you gonna do is go out that way and come around the side of the house and just pretend like you've been outside, right?
In the backyard, that's all.
I said, well, I'm gonna wait until y'all end up in the front yard, right? And mind you, I'm forgetting how hard it is to open. I'm trying to open that side door quietly.
Oh yeah, you can't. I purposely made that door difficult to open.
It was like
I got car jacks and shit over there. The door rubs the concrete when you open it.
It was so loud trying to get out there. And he had the child go the wrong. I don't know why you.
Because I thought you was coming back into the house to go to the backyard. I ain't think you was gonna pick the side door.
So
that's what his ass get.
But no, Marcus was like, I think he know what. Like, I think he know we lying. But he's like, I said,
yeah, he ain't looking me in my eyes for the rest of the day.
Portia said, was it a shed? No. It was our garage.
Shed?
Yes, because she didn't he said he didn't look at him.
Yeah.
So
he walked through the house and looked at him. It'd been worse with them lights on. I can tell you that.
Because you probably were you still don't even know if you were exposed when he came in. Okay. No. So anyways, long story short, it's time to have the talk.
Yeah, I don't know of a parent that ain't been there.
Been in that situation. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's not that terrible for you. I think it's way worse for me.
You could be dating and he catch you, but you ain't. You married.
I know, but it's still just like, oh my God. You're hurting her. So, yeah, that's my
mama gonna see this damn podcast.
And she's gonna be like, y'all over here traumatized. I'm sure my mother is watching right now, and she's like, that's why y'all were trying to get me up out of the house.
That's all right, Mom. I got something to tell you.
What you say?
Years ago, we were living in Winburn.
Oh no, did you?
Yeah.
Oh no. How old were you?
I was young. I was real young.
Like what?
I remember. It was daylight. It was daylight.
How? Wait a minute.
I ain't giving you no more details.
I just want to know how old you were. That's it.
I don't remember.
You don't know if you were elementary or middle school?
I wasn't even elementary.
Oh, wow. That really did seal into your brain if you weren't in elementary. That thing said, I ain't leaving. You won't forever.
No, it left. And then once I got old, I was like, oh.
Did they have to talk to you, or did they not know? They don't. You
Mama
said
just not hearing this for the first time. On Wednesday.
Speaking of which, his mama called and fussed us out.
Fussed us out?
Yeah. You want me to say cussed us out?
I ain't never heard of fussed us out.
Oh yeah, people say fussed out.
I ain't never heard that.
She didn't cuss at us, but she fussed us.
No,
she did cuss. Yes, she did. She did cuss over last week's episode. When Marcus was complaining about the stuff he didn't get.
Yeah.
She said, these ungrateful. Licking the floor. So you guys, I again don't drink that often, but
you sitting here with a gallon of wine in front of you.
First of all, you poured this
and you drinking it
because I asked for a glass of wine. I didn't ask for a trough of wine.
But you gonna drink it
because I am not one to ever waste. Mm-hmm. That is why I'm over here thick. Okay, thick.
Why your tongue come out your mouth like that?
Because it's thick.
You got a syndrome or something.
It's okay. Well, I think we got time for like one more story, 1.5. Okay, so I was a part of this one mom support group. I absolutely loved it. It's called Mom to Mom. Okay, this is where I made some of my first black mom friends. And every year they would have a holiday party. Mm-hmm. This year they had it at a very dope house. One of my friends, her name is Nina, not my Nina from back home, but Nina from out here. And like she decorates it so nice. It's all Christmas decor. She got about 500 black Santas. We have a DJ. We always have a bartender. The bartender, she does not work as a bartender in real life.
Nah, she just bartends all of these events.
And she pours heavy as heck. If you get through one...
Yeah, if you get through one of her drinks, then you a monster. Because I rarely go back and get a second drink from her. Because I'm like, I don't need a red Solo cup full of bourbon.
Oh, yeah.
With 3 cubes of ice. Like, let me pace myself.
Right.
She's like, no, babe, here you go.
Usually when I make like a cocktail, I count to 3. That's the most liquor I'll put in. She's counting to like 8.
She ain't counting. She's like, you good yet?
She don't count till her hand, and she don't stop till her hand is wet.
So if you get through one of her drinks, you're trashed. Okay? Not tipsy. Not, I'm feeling good. I got a vibe. Not even drunk. You are effed up. Okay? I think I got through 2. And I'm having a blast. Do you hear me?
What makes it even worse is Angel's got 2 of her really close sorors.
That's what I was about to say.
They were dressed alike and they all had the same hairdo, and it wasn't planned.
We had our afros out. You know, this is before alopecia was tormenting me. We had our pretty afros. We all was getting lit with the bartender. I mean, we were having a good time. This woman's house had columns in it, so we were using them as stripper poles.
I had to tap Angel's get off of these people's columns.
That thing and
she was like, am I doing too much? I said, yes, you're doing too much.
I didn't think I was doing too much. So
you rip one of these columns out of the ceiling, you're gonna be doing too much.
It was huge. If I ripped the column out the ceiling, then those were fake. They were facades.
You just said you was
So we it's time to go. And we all go our separate ways. It's ended. Everybody's happy. Now there was somebody who got way too drunk and threw up in that woman's craft room. Okay?
Was that you?
No! I didn't throw up in Nina's house.
Why am I just now hearing about this?
Well, because that part...
it sounds like it's something you unkept a secret all this time. No. Marcus, somebody threw up all over one of her black Jesuses.
Yes. Threw up in her craft room, and I was like, wasn't me. However, on our way home, because Marcus wanted to drive reckless.
Y'all hear this?
Marcus
Shut up. Y'all, driving home, and I counted. I had to pull over 7 times for this fool to throw up. Literally, pull over.
Did I throw up in the Audi?
If you did, you was going to have to walk.
But no, yes
that
or no.
That was a rule.
Yes or no.
I said, heifer, if you throw up in this car, you walking.
Yes or no, did I throw up in the Audi?
Hell no.
Exactly, because I'm a good wife.
You would have been a walking wife if you threw up in my Audi. That would have been a problem right there.
No. And what made it so hilarious is that my 2 sorors both had similar stories. One threw up in the sink of her house.
And somebody would have, I don't know, the other one was like, man, I had to help the husband. I had to pull over too, man, 2, 3 times. I said 2 or 3. It took us 45 minutes to get home. They lived down the street.
Oh, it took some time. The only other time I got drunk with my husband to the point of...
I was like, keep it going. The only time I've gotten drunk with my husband to the point of keep it going.
Being frustrated was when, this is when I was thin. I didn't have no kids. This is when I was working on TV, and I could just, if I didn't have to work that day, I could go to the gym and work out. I was really living the Hollywood life.
Work out this particular day.
I did.
Did you?
Yes, that was the issue. I worked out, and then all me and Brescia had were grapes. That was what we ate, because we were trying to be thin. Okay, Brescia was already thin, but I was like trying to get there.
Like, when ain't Brescia's little ass thin?
I was like, yeah. So we had grapes, pop them in our mouth.
115 degrees.
So then we went to go visit our girlfriend Denora, because Denora at the time was a bartender. So during the day, she didn't have no job, so she could audition like us. So she had a pool in her apartment complex. We're feeling thin. We're in our 2 pieces. Denora, like I said, being a bartender, made us cocktails, and not like bougie cocktails. It was like
it was Denora type cocktails.
It was like Fanta in vodka. So she was able to really hide the taste of the liquor. And I should have known that I was tipsy when I started talking really loud. I was like, I always wanted a guy that had a little bit of freak in him, just a little bit of freak.
As much as it annoyed me, I would have loved to hear the conversations that they had. Let me tell you what happened. I get a phone call from Denora calls me. It's like, Angel's sick, need you to come pick her up. I'm like, what? Angel's sick, need you to come pick her up. The she told me they had been drinking. I said,
I had no intentions on calling my husband because I already knew what the repercussions were. So
I show up with an attitude. I show up. These idiots, they look like they were the remnants of a bad party that just got way too... No telling what happened. I get there. I don't even know where you were.
Well, okay, so at first I was on the floor in her roommate's bathroom. And I would have stayed there, but some guy had to go pee. And I was like, I'm not going to look at
Who's
you.
some guy?
It was like Dave or Steve. It was one of them.
I thought it was just y'all three the whole time.
No, Dave and Steve had came over. And they were like, I gotta go pee. I was like, my eyes are closed. I don't care what you... He was like, no, I need you to leave out the bathroom. I was so mad because I had finally got myself... Why you look like it?
Go ahead.
Why you look like
Like
it?
what?
Like you mad at me like about it as if it's happening right now.
Because it's like it is, you idiot.
You mad that Dave and Steve were there? They were always there.
No, I don't care about them being there.
So I had the Yorkie at the time, and she was there
mad
with
about
me.
getting this dumbass phone call.
I didn't tell the Nor to call you. I was so mad at her. I was like, why did you call him? I was going to just come home late, and you were never going to know that I had been drunk. I was going to sober up. So I had my Yorkie with me, and she had a carrying case. I threw up into her carrying case. Luckily, she wasn't in there. But I was like, I'm gonna have to spray this out.
Relatively, okay, you may be mild when you compare to these people that got time for it. Them extravagant parties you see, those people have time for it. You don't, and you still achieve it.
But it's not like that. I think you're comparing it, though, to how we grew up.
Yeah.
Now, we can't compare it to these McDonald's
y'all remember the Jumpy House in McDonald's? Who had that? Yeah. Loved it. Still remember it. I got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one year. I got a Transformer.
No, I never got the Jumpy House when I was growing up. It's either we go to McDonald's and we invite a couple of friends to McDonald's.
No, we had the party at McDonald's.
Or we were at the house and a couple of friends got to come over.
I've had 3 parties thrown for me by my parents. My first year birthday party, one when I turned 8, one when I turned 11.
So that's why I feel like you don't be wanting to be into the parties because you don't want your kids to have more than what you experience.
Nah, I'm like, you fine if you don't get a birthday party this year. You get a bunch of gifts.
Of course, they'd be fine. I know it's not a necessity.
My sister, my birthday is in January. That's part of it. We in Kentucky. It's wintertime. I get it. My sister's birthday is in July, and it was always a big deal. It was like a second family reunion. My birthday party, I remember one year, it was my mama, my granny, my aunt, and 2 of my cousins jumped out and said, "Happy birthday." In my granny's house. And I was the happiest little child you could ever meet. So we got a photographer that we use. And this man will literally take, that's the picture. And Angel's moving. Then he got to look through his options. I'm like, just snap some pictures and give yourself options. Why? What's taking you so? We was taking pictures recently with our homie Josh. Josh was. I'm like, yes. He said that just gives me more options. You goddamn right, Josh. It gives you options. Keep snapping. The other photographer, I'm like, why aren't you snapping right now? Snap.
He's like, if you ain't gonna move, why do I need to take more pictures?
Because you moving. If I heard, I might just start talking. You know, a little bit of hand movement, and one of them might be the perfect little, oh, that's perfect right there. No, can't get that out of the other one. Yeah. So yeah, it pisses me off. Photographers, if you out there, you taking pictures of people, just give yourself options. Just take the goddamn picture and pick the best one out the frame. I know y'all feel me out there. Our wedding day, I literally stopped. I have friends to this day that are mad at me because I didn't take a picture with them on our wedding day because they approached me after the reception. And I'm like, I'm not taking no more damn pictures. They was like, Marcus, just one more. No. I walked away from Angel and the photographer. We done? Yeah, we done. I'm going back to have me a drink. Can't do it, y'all. The only thing I hate more than taking pictures is taking pictures of people.
No, yeah. When people be like, can your husband take a picture?
Don't ask me.
I'm like, we're going to do the selfie. That's what we're going to do.
Because then it turns into, take my phone. I'll take one picture, and this person, whoever phone this is, share it with the rest of you. Especially with a group of women. Let me see. Oh, no, take another kiss. Yes, I'm grumpy. You heard what they said. Unflexible, inflexible. Go on to the next one.
You're rigid. You are like
Darth Vader.
I was waiting for you to see it. Some ESTJs you might know is Darth Vader.
Yeah, the rest of them may know.
That you sound like you were having a conversation with Marcus.
Bullshit, girl, you are lying.
What?
Hold on, Angel will name off a bunch of stuff that she know I don't eat.
Which was everything to hear just named.
I
Chinese.
ate,
Nah, I don't like the
how
Chinese.
long you know me?
I've known
How
you
long
for,
you know me?
I've known you for a long time, and you have eaten Chinese in the past.
In the past, it don't mean I just be there. Let's get some Chinese. That'd be like, Angel, you want some pork chops?
I don't eat pork chops
All
at
right,
all.
then.
But you eat Chinese food sometimes.
It's been 8 years.
It's because you on some old new, bougie stuff. I'll be like Chipotle. I'm off of Chipotle
I ate Chipotle
right now.
every single day for 2 years straight.
You want some
Would you eat
Chick-fil-A?
Chipotle?
I'm off of Chick-fil-A right now. I done had too much Chick-fil-A.
So I'll be like, go. You know what? I give her about 3. I'm like, go ahead and order something for you, and then I'll order me something. But we gotta order the same place. We gotta order
all
the
these
same
fees for
place.
deliveries and service fees.
Now you
in
care about
Texas.
deliveries and service fees?
We don't care about the fees.
I don't
care
care
about
about
that.
Don't get what you gonna get, and just get me what I want. I
because
don't.
97% of the time he wants pizza. I don't eat pizza like that.
Farron says I have an N-word palate.
He
Okay,
does.
she says I have an N-word palate. Now here's the thing. That may be true, but here's the counter of that. I always know what I want to eat.
But you call yourself a foodie and you eat like 3 things like a toddler. I eat a lot of different food, and so I don't always know what I want because it depends on the taste and how my mood is, and do I want spicy? Do I want a red sauce? Do I feel like a peanut sauce? Like, it's just all these things.
And now I get back to what you were saying about the kid. You're acting like that.
So here's the thing. So when I say that, like, because here's the thing. So now the kid, first she didn't like chicken. First she got off burgers, right? She don't really like burgers like that. Or she only likes the sourdough jack and like one other burger, right? Then she was like, I really don't do grilled chicken. And then it changed to, I really don't do chicken with the bone in it. She doesn't do chicken with the bone in it now, right? One time,
she's never done chicken.
That baby done ate some hot wings before she had some.
Because her mother stood there and pulled the meat off the bone for her.
That's what I'm saying. We're giving kids options to what they get to eat when they ain't paying no bills. This little girl don't pay no bills. She don't pay no bills in this house. But she get it from, I don't want a red sauce, somebody want a peanut sauce. I don't know how. Some of the sauces in the world, I'm like, you know what? She get it from my mom.
Right.
So what do I do this? What do I say that's sexist?
Marcus, you have no idea what sexist is
I
half
do.
the time. So you be saying
I
stuff.
do. I'm in corporate America, okay? I have to watch my tone.
Marcus, you a lie. Marcus, I've told this story
Sexist?
before.
No, racist? I'll give that to you.
No.
Day.
Sexist. We having a whole conversation at a conference, and we're talking about intimacy in the bedroom in the conference. And he was like, she don't even got to wear no lingerie. She could just wear a wife beater and some heels. And I
That's
said,
just the name of it.
it is a sexist name.
You can't say wife beater no more. So I said.
I've been saying that, though. Yeah. I have honestly been saying that. I say we need to just call it tank top. Because the connotation that it carries is very negative. So I have been.
I changed it up and said a shirt. But before I did that, I said,
he said, but what if, and then write down so I know where to edit this out. He said, what if we call it just a beater?
Because that could be the man, the woman can wear the A shirt and beat the dude because he's on pump.
He said, because can be a man or a woman. I said,
I was just gonna say, at this point out too, Marcus, niggas be
they be bitches like hell.
And let me tell you something. Me and Farron used to wrestle. Like we used to wrestle hard. And at the old place, we calmed down a lot, but we used to wrestle to the point where I had to tap out a couple times. Because Farron got big hands. She's choked me out on a couple of occasions. I was like, I know you heard me saying a safe word. I shouldn't have to tap your elbow to let you know I can't breathe. You know I got asthma.
You know I get worked up. I get excited.
That's that wide receiver in there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Dude, it comes right back.
Listen, she called me coming out the shower one time and tackled me. She's gonna bump me with the shoulder. I slipped so hard. Let me tell you something. Never called out Jesus that way in my life. I spoke Jerusalem.
all right, guys, we look forward to seeing you all in 2021. We thank you for just rocking with us the entire year. We're going to have a blast next year as well. All right, y'all be blessed. Bye.
That chick angel. That chick angel. Angel. That chick angel.